Hello, I'm Lamarr Townsend, and today I want to talk to you about how to overcome negative self talk and negative thinking, aka how to listen to your angel self over here, all right, versus listening to that more sinister, evil, negative side, that negative self talk, that negative inner voice. We're also going to talk about how to differentiate between the two and what makes both of them different. So stick around if you struggle with this specific situation of negative self talk at times or negative thinking, which I think we all do, then stick around. I'm going to talk to you about my experiences with it and how I overcame it as well. And I have 5 tips specifically for you in any situation to overcome your negative self talk and negative thinking um, immediately. So let's get right into it and talk about the subject at hand. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, an energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer and a light worker. So if you'd be interested in any spiritual things such as spiritual readings, spiritual candles, classes, and things like that, I do offer them on my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. This is where you can go to view all the rates, services, products, classes, candles, and all my social media platforms are all on here on my website for you to check out, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. You can scroll down and read reviews from people who have purchased readings from me. You can also scroll down and follow me down here on Instagram and Facebook where I post regularly as well. Also, follow me on TikTok. If you would like your own reading, definitely check out the store section of my website. This is where you would go to view all the rates, services, products, classes, candles, and different types of things I do offer. I do offer phone readings, email readings, video recorded readings where you send your questions and I record myself doing your reading on my own time and then email you the video download link typically within 1 to 4 days or less. I also do offer birth chart readings, compatibility birth chart readings, and individual birth chart readings. I offer candles, custom candles, protection candles, astrology classes, tarot classes, spiritual self development classes, mediumship readings if you want to connect directly to the spiritual realm without me using cards, past life readings if you want to learn about your past lives, and so much more. I also do offer dream interpretation readings. I know a lot of us have very weird, vivid dreams. I know I have been having a lot of those types of dreams lately, so I do offer all those types of things as well. So, let's talk about negative self talk, negative thinking, and how it can affect us. A lot of us have negative self talk. A lot of us experience negative self talk and negative thinking on a daily basis. It can, be something, such as, thinking you look ugly in an outfit, or thinking you look too fat in an outfit, or feeling like you don't fit in, feeling like people don't like you. These are thoughts that we kind of have throughout the day, or, it's like negative self-talk can even be in the form of like monitoring ourselves, like, are we eating too much in front of people? Do we like to see do other people like to see us eat? Or do we, are we talking funny in front of people? Do we look funny? Is there something in the back of our hair? Like, there's a constant cycle of like, just always kind of thinking badly about ourselves sometimes and our experience and our place in the world. And the issue with that is that, when we focus on negativity, it becomes a cycle of negative experiences manifesting themselves and then reaffirming the negative self talk and negative experiences that we are thinking and believing in our head. So, there's a couple things that I want to bring to attention here. First of all, I want to talk about my experience with negative self talk and negative thinking. Um, First of all, I am obviously a YouTuber. I've been doing YouTube professionally. I'm also a psychic tarot reader, an astrologer, a professional one. So I do have, daily clients, a list of clients that I have every single day, that I have to, record something for, be on the phone for, sometimes, be on video or things of this nature. So for me and my job, and a lot of people's jobs actually, a large part of what I do involves interacting with people and talking to people and kind of being in front of people in some way, whether I'm in front of you on your TV screen, in front of you in person, in front of you in a reading, or just on the phone in a reading or whatever it is. So, as someone who can be a little bit shy and reserved, and especially having a job where you're required to be on camera and record yourself, it takes a while to build up that confidence to kind of just jump on camera and go with it, especially, on YouTube and live streams. Live streams is always a thing that even though I've been doing it for years now, several years now, every live stream I do, I have to kind of build up my confidence and get rid of that negative self-talk. I have my whole routine where I pray, I may sage or something like that before I go live every single time, because even though I've been doing it for years, there's still sometimes that negative self-talk or negative thinking or self-doubt that's within me that's like, maybe this is the live where I fall on my face. Maybe this is the live where, I just, lose control. Or maybe this is, like that negative thinking, can get the best of me. So, one major thing for me is to have a routine, is to kind of catch myself in those moments where it's like, oh, you're thinking negative. Um, and it's like you don't want to count yourself out. You don't want to, and I always say you don't want to count yourself before you get in the race. All right. So and that's an interesting thing too, is that, someone who is seasoned in their career, their job, who's been doing what they do, for years. Think of all the musicians, and think of all, the very talented people who also have to get in front of people and do speeches or perform. They even, after doing it 20, 30, 40 years, probably get nervous sometimes before performing, before being in front of people. They probably have their own rituals. We have a lot of these different artists and prominent people who have their rituals, that they do to kind of motivate themselves and defeat that negative self talk that we all go through and experience, just when it comes to living life. Comparing ourselves to others. We live in a society where we're constantly comparing ourselves to others. We're constantly being compared to others. So it's easy to, have that negative thinking going on within you. But I do have five specific tips I want to talk to you about, that will hopefully help you to get rid of that negative thinking, and negative self talk, or be able to manage it better. A couple points that I brought up earlier that I want to bring up again. We all experience some form of negative self talk. And like I said earlier, it's because we live in a society where we're always compared to others, whether it be the way we look, whether it be the type of environment we come from, or lifestyle we come from, or upbringing, whether it be the type of job we have, whether it be the type of music we listen to, whether it be, the type of hair color we have. There's so many different things, that as human beings make us different, but and unique, but at the same time, sometimes the world, marketing, social media can cause those differences to sometimes be used as weapons. Um, Whereas certain things, people, or traits are put on a pedestal, and others are kind of like forced to live up to that pedestal. That's the society we live on. That's how marketing works. That's how media works in general. You know, that's history. So it, like I said, we live in a world where it is difficult to, not have that negative self talk, not compare ourselves to others, not have that negative thinking. But that's the thing. That's the first thing I want to bring up is, the number one thing how to defeat negative self talk is you must first define what and who is your voice versus what and who is their voice. Their meaning the media, maybe your friends, maybe your family, maybe your mother, maybe you had, an abusive family growing up, or, a very strict mother growing up. And sometimes those voices, those experiences can be ingrained in us, and it becomes a part of our voice. It becomes, you know, um, kind of etched in our spirit in a lot of ways. And it's kind of like for example, maybe similar to me, I grew up, heavy, overweight. And of course, as an overweight kid, you get made fun of. You're constantly told to lose weight. So that becomes like an inner voice that you have, that even I to this day kind of have, where it's like, okay, you're getting too big, you need to lose weight, or okay, they're gonna call you fat, that kind of thing. So you have to define like who you are and what your voice is versus what the voices of the people, other people. All right. Um, and sometimes that's a process. It takes a while to find your voice, you know. But once you find your voice, You have to learn to trust your inner voice that's fighting through against the negative self talk or negative thoughts. That's number two. All right. So, interesting point here. A lot of you may be asking, well, how do I know what my voice is, what my true voice is? You will know your true voice um, because your true voice is that inner voice that's trying to fight through against the negative self talk. So, say for example, you grew up, kind of thinking you're dumb or something like that, but there's something within you where you're not dumb. You're actually smart. Maybe you're smart in different ways. That part of you that is coming through saying, no, you're smart. You're smarter in different ways, though. That's your true inner voice. All right. All right. So you have to learn to instinctively trust that inner voice that's saying, no, it's going to be okay, or no, you're fine just the way you are. You may not be everyone's cup of tea, but you're fine just the way you are. That is your true inner voice. And a lot of times that voice, that angel, on the shoulder rather than, the devil, that voice is quieter. The devil voice, the evil voice, the voices of maybe the other people who bullied you growing up, or judged you or critiqued you, or maybe once again that kind of negative version of yourself. That version, that voice can be a lot louder a lot of times than our true inner voice that fights through to kind of get us back in balance, to get us back in alignment with our true selves. No, you're perfect just the way you are. You're right exactly where you need to be. That's our true inner voice. Once we get in touch with that, once we learn to trust that more, we got to start being brave and acting on our true inner voice more. All right, that part of yourself that says you can and you will. It's like the same thing with me, where this is like a big thing with me when I first started doing live streams on YouTube. And even still today, sometimes it's like there's something about live that can be fun. It's a lot of fun, but at the same time, it can be very nerve wracking because, there's no room for mistakes, and YouTube is a very competitive space. Once again, that element of comparing yourself to other people, so it's like you don't want to say the wrong thing, you don't want to mess up, you don't want to embarrass yourself, but that's that cycle of negative self talking and negative thinking. Why would you embarrass yourself? Why would you mess up? You're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly who you are, who you need to be. People will love you the way you are. People will show up. It's like you got to listen to that voice and you got to let that voice shine through. And even when sometimes I go live, and there's no one in the room, I still kind of, like, sometimes there'll be that part of me where it's like that negative self talk will come through, and it's like, well, there's no one in the room, no one's watching, why are you still talking? Why are you still going on with the video? You might as well turn it off now. But then I've learned, especially as a spiritualist, that's the really great part of my job, is that being a spiritualist, for so many years has really taught me to really trust that in my true inner voice, versus that other voice that can easily be influenced by others, but that my true inner voice, my intuition, my true sense of self can never be tainted. It's the same thing for you. Your true inner voice, your inner self, your intuition can never be tainted. So it's like, now that I've really mastered that more, it's like when I have those moments of that negative self talk coming through, it's like, nope. I know I can do this. I know I will be able to do a good video. I know there's no one in the room, but that's okay. I'm still going to give my best. I'm still going to give my all. And, usually, by the end of the video, there's people in the room, and I'm glad that I went through with the video. So you've got to be brave and you've got to act on your true inner voice, to prove to yourself that that negative voice, that negative self-talk and negative thinking, that's not the true version of you. That's not your true inner voice. Your true inner voice will never steer you in the wrong direction, all right? And with that being said, all right, the next step, number 4, once you've learned your voice, all right, and you become comfortable with your voice, that, that inner voice, that inner self that wants to see you do well, you got to remove people in your life who go against your true voice or your true inner self. Now that you've discovered and defined what and who your true inner voice is, all right, versus other people's voices or opinions. So this can be something where it's like another thing with me is I love singing. I love singing. I love singing. But I always grew up hearing that I couldn't sing. All right. My mom always, I love my mom, but my mom always told me, oh, you can't sing. Why are you pursuing singing? Blah, 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 blah. Here I am, in my, an adult making music, singing, and singing well, in my opinion. But that came from me learning. I can't remove my mom from my life. It's not that serious. But now that I live on my own, after going through college and, kind of being able to really find my voice, I found my love for singing again. Singing. I found my love for singing and my passion and love for singing, right? And once you learn to remove yourself or spend less time around people who go against your true inner voice or your true inner self, you become more confident in yourself. You become more confident in your voice, and you become more confident in using your voice. Your voice is your power, all right? So don't let other people win, all right? By letting that negative self-talk, letting that negative thinking get the best of you, all right? Now, you're inevitably going to go through a situation where that negative self-talk and negative thinking is going to seep through. What do? You recycle and repeat these steps 1 through 4. All right. Once again, number 1, define who and what your voice is versus other people. All right. Number 2, trust your inner voice. Trust what it's telling you. All right. If it's telling you you're going to be okay, then trust you that you're going to be okay. Um, you've got to fight against that negative self-talk, that negative thinking. All right. And if you can't get to your true inner voice, you've got to have some sort of routine where you can kind of collect yourself and go within, whether that's meditating, whether that's praying. One of my favorite things is to pray, because for me in my job, it's important for me to constantly stay connected to my true inner voice, you know, especially when I go live and I do the readings. It's like, at the end of the day, there's so many people talking and putting their opinions, but at the end of the day, I've got to trust my opinion. That's my job, right? Once you have, learned to trust your voice, act on it. All right? Believe in it. Have no doubts about it. It's going to take time. It's going to take practice. All right? Once you gotten to that point, you got to remove yourself from people and situations that go against your true inner voice. All right? Your true inner self. That wants to see you succeed. That wants the best for you. All right? That's designed to manifest the best for you. Your intuition, your inner self is connected to your higher self, your higher power, your purpose in life. So when they say, steering off track, what's happening is when you're steered off track in your life, you're letting that negative self-talk, that negative thinking, or those other voices that may not even be your voice, by the way, you're allowing all of those things to get the best of you. The way to get back on track is to learn to trust your inner voice, to connect with your inner voice, figure out what your voice is, who you are in terms of your voice. That's the key. I hope I was able to give you some clarity and insight in this video. I have got to go do a couple things. I've got a client to get to. I've got cats to feed. I'm going to feed myself. I'm hungry. I don't think I've eaten today, have I? I don't know. Anyways, thank you all for listening and watching. I hope I was able to help. Love and light. God bless. Let me know in the comment section below what your practices are to kind of get rid of your negative self-talk and negative thinking. I would love to hear your opinions and thoughts. Love and light. God bless. I'll see you in your own personal reading, or talk to you in your own personal reading, or I will see you in the next video. Either way, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Love and light. Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me. That's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me. That's me. I don't care what the others say. Let's channel some energy today. I don't care what the others say. Let's channel some energy today. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong. This tarot card reading about to be long. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong. This tarot card reading about to be long. Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me, that's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me.